Let me ask you, how many times have you heard someone say, he's just lucky? But here's the truth behind every so-called stroke of luck. There's usually years of hard work. Take Ajay, for example. People see his empire today, but rarely do they notice the 10 years of relentless effort that built it. This is what I call the effort-reward equation. You put in sustained labor, you get ahead. Compound interest isn't just a financial term, it's how effort multiplies over time. So, next time you look at someone's success, ask yourself, what grind are you not seeing? Now you might be thinking, what if I try and fail? Guess what? Everyone fails. What separates winners is their ability to keep trying. Think of perseverance like muscle memory. The more you practice getting up after setbacks, the easier it becomes. When I hit roadblocks during my 24-week project, I reminded myself progress isn't linear, it's a staircase. Each attempt, even a failed one, is a step up. So let me ask you, are you letting one misstep define your journey, or are you using it as fuel? Ever notice how a single moment can break the tension and set everything in motion? That's momentum, a physics term, but it's pure psychology in life. The strength of this moment is where everything shifts. Whether you're 21 or 51, the revolution begins when you decide to move. Gather your team, get everyone on board. Momentum is contagious. The trick is to start, even if the path ahead looks uncertain. If you're waiting for inspiration, remember, action breeds motivation, not the other way around. Let's talk about hope not as a wish, but as a strategy. When a season is full of hope, it's not just empty optimism, it's a driving force. In India, during every election or major event, hope electrifies the air. But here's the technical bit. Psychologists call it future orientation, your ability to envision a better tomorrow. This isn't naive. It's what pushes people to come out of their homes, tackle problems, and plant the seeds for the next harvest. So, are you cultivating your own field of hope or just waiting for luck to strike? Think about this. Why do so many people quit after a failed attempt? There's a saying, the best laid plans go wrong. But that's not the end of the story. Failure is feedback, a technical term in engineering and psychology. It's data. If your alarm doesn't go off once, do you throw it out? Of course not. You reset and try again. The real courage is in persistence, not perfection. Let me tell you a story. I once missed a critical deadline, felt crushed, but used that sting as my wake-up call. Are you ready to treat failure as your tutor? What do we really give up when we push for something big? Sometimes, it's not just time or comfort, it's real sacrifice. Look at history. Movements, revolutions, and even simple community efforts require people to risk life or property. Sociologists call this collective action, where individuals come together, often facing serious risks. Remember those 60 or 70 martyrs? They didn't lose courage. If they had, the movement would have stalled. So ask yourself, what are you willing to risk for the change you seek? Now, let's get real. Money and comfort are fleeting soft assets, as economists say. True value comes from how you handle adversity. Think about travelers facing storms or families dealing with illness and loss. There's a term in psychology, post-traumatic growth, that means we can emerge stronger from hardship. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun reminds us, everything is temporary and acceptance is key. Are you just surviving tough times, or are you using them to build resilience for what's next? Why do people turn to poetry and art during times of struggle? Because expression is a survival tool. When a daughter is ill or a friend is jailed, sometimes only a poem or song can hold the pain. This is what psychologists call emotional catharsis. I've read verses that say, if I accept your health, but that's not accepted, then I won't accept it either. Art gives shape to pain and helps us process. So next time you face hardship, ask, how are you expressing it? And what can you create from it? How does faith help us through chaos? For many, belief systems act as stabilizers, a concept known as existential security. Whether you draw strength from Quranic verses, the stories of the Prophet, or simply from community rituals, faith anchors us. At times, it's what keeps people together under the sky. From Maharashtra to Mumbai. When everything else feels unstable, spiritual routines like prayer or reciting Surah Al-Baqarah become our constants. So, are you nurturing your spiritual roots, or are you adrift in the storm? Let's end with legacy. What will you leave behind? Leaders like Baba Saheb or even the everyday heroes didn't just work for themselves. They set examples. That's social modeling, a technical term meaning we learn by watching others. If you want the next generation to be braver, more honest, more resilient, you've got to show them how. Take risks, stand up, and never be afraid to lift your head high. The real test isn't just surviving, it's inspiring others to do the same. What kind of leader are you becoming?